I was born in Portsmouth. I bought my first house in Pickerington, and that's where I met Sam. Yeah, well, funny story, actually. I was at a happy hour with his wife, and we were having martinis and talking about what I do for a living. And I did nails for almost 30 years. But he asked me when I first met him, he said, "Why aren't you selling houses for me?" And I said, "I don't know anything about houses except for I love HGTV." And my now husband at the time was my best friend. So I told him about the conversation, and he took me to Hondros, and we did an open house. But little did I know that he had already signed me up before I even went into the open house. So he asked me, he's like, "What'd you think?" I was like, "I love it. I think I could do this." And then he goes, "Good, because I already bought you the books. You start Monday." I was a waitress before I got into nails. So again, another business that you have to love people. In nails, I loved the feeling of making people feel pretty. Like if that's what I could do. In this, it's so much bigger. Like the relationships you make, not the transactions, but the relationships. It's so rewarding to find someone their first home, or to have a couple that you're finding a ranch for a forever home. It's even better than making people feel pretty because it's something that lasts. You know what? This month, July, it'll be 6 years. So many. You know what? Sam said something to me a long time ago. My first year, I was still trying to do nails and do real estate because I was trying to wean out of it. And he told me finally, in 1 year in, he goes, "You are passing up dollars for dimes." And I held on to that. And probably my biggest regret right now, because I would have probably quit sooner so I could hold on to his coattail and learn even more than I already have. Because you just have to be a sponge around Sam, and his numbers reflect his ethics. So I wish I could have had more time to sit up under him before I got kind of crazy busy. So. Trust the process. Trust the process. I've always known you only get out what you put in. So I would tell myself to be more patient, trust the process, and have humility. In this business, you have to have humility because every transaction is different. So I think you have to go in with a mindset and have an open heart to hear your buyers and your sellers. So just to have humility and remember to trust this process. That's where having a team is great. They can hold you accountable and having everybody else on the team doing well, or just to motivate you, going to the meetings, going to the events that we have. And like Sam always says, when it's slow, that's when we do our busy work, because what we do this month is how next month's going to go. So that's when we have to really hit our leads, is the months that it's slow. Just take that time to organize yourself, work on your leads, and do the things, which is like I was saying, trust the process. Do the things that you know that's going to pay off in a few months. I mean, a deal I just closed last month was someone I worked on last year. So sometimes it takes a year, sometimes it takes a month, but just trust the process. Correct. I've not had any other way of doing it. I was having to pay for all my own supplies. I mean, this is in comparison to nails, but it's the same thing. I knew I didn't want to go in being the one, doing all that, because I knew nothing about this industry. So you're kind of alone when you go out there. And I've got friends in real estate that aren't on a team, and they don't have the motivation I think we all have. I'm competitive. I mean, I always tell my husband, we're going to be racing each other in walkers when we get older. So having that board with the numbers, it keeps me motivated. I'm like, oh no, I'm falling down. I need to get busy. So for me, that helps a lot. And seeing our team chats and seeing what everyone's doing and the advice others give, I mean, there's nothing that can compare to that. Being from Pickerington, like I said, for 20 years, that's where I lived and ran another business. That's all you hear is Sam Cooper. So obviously he was doing something right. So right there, having a team leader like him who has a manager, it's just with all those tools, who cannot succeed? Balance. It's easy in this business because you don't turn off your phone. I think I get busier when I'm on vacation. So I keep trying to use that with my husband. Like, we need to book a vacation. I had 3 in contract when we left last time. So keep God first, my family, and then my business. It's so easy to go the other way because, I mean, when you love what you do, it's hard not to go head first and not think about anything else. So that's been my biggest challenge, is just trying to keep balance with my life, because this is a business that you don't get the weekends off. So